What is up, agents? Patrick Wolf here. Today's video is going to be a very powerful rifle build. This is for PvE, for console and for PC. You'll be able to hit all your headshots with this build. You will be maxing out your crit chance for your rifle and using various talents, weapon talents, and attributes on your gear to maximize damage. So this is the Boomerang rifle build. This will be very potent in the raids. If you guys want to be the guy who wants to out DPS everything, you can two-shot elite NPCs, guys. I was hitting about 160k to the head. So let's get into this build. First of all, specializations. Now you're gonna want to be doing this. You want to be using the sharpshooter. Now the main reason is obvious, guys. Let's just go over it in case you guys are new. You need to make sure that you have this 15% increased rifle damage. You want to make sure that you have this, especially for the raids, sharpshooter link. Basically, it's all group members that are closer to enemies, and you get 10% headshot damage. Um, all these various talents here, this section here, especially the one that's going to be extra armor gained while in cover, because we're going to be in cover a lot with this build. This build is quite squishy in a sense. You still have a decent amount of armor, but this is best used in cover. So the next thing is make sure that one in the head is maxed out to 25%. Those are the most important things that you want to make sure that you have active. So once you do that, let's have a look at this build. Now, this is not a very complicated build, guys. This is one of the more simple ones, and I'm sure you guys can just go and pop it on right now. The only problem is the one weapon talent that you need. The reason why this build I feel is so strong is because normally I use on the ropes, and I'm sure you guys know that. I think it's the strongest PvP talent right now, but for that you need to have about 7 electronics, if I'm not mistaken, 6 or 7. Let's just double check just to make sure. You do need 7 electronics, so you wouldn't be able to spec a lot into crit chance if you do that. So the nice thing about this build is that you can do max damage, max crit damage without having to focus on electronics and using your skills. This is just straight up get in there, destroy NPCs. It feels really nice to use. It's a very simple build. It's not complicated at all. If you guys aren't really good with utility, you just want flat out damage, this is the build for you. So first thing is you need Ruthless. I got a level 1. Don't worry about that, guys. I still need to upgrade it. I need to get the blueprints and everything. But what you want is Brutality. So while holstered, you get a 5% chance to deal plus 20% damage as explosive damage. That is very potent. It's still extremely powerful. If you guys did not know, in the raid bosses, the dogs, it actually takes away their health. Well, not just the dogs. Any of the bosses, it strips their health away. It's the key to destroying bosses very quickly is using that. So definitely use it if you want to be using this build in the raids or in any kind of PvE. It's very potent and very strong. The gun that you want to be using, this is your primary. Now, I got a bit lucky with the rolls, but you guys need to make sure you have this. This is going to be the hardest part of the build. You need to have Boomerang. This is the main talent of this build. This is what makes this build so potent. So basically, guys, critical hits have a 50% chance to return the bullet to the magazine. Okay, if a bullet is returned to the magazine, the next shot has 20% increased damage. So pretty much every time you shoot, guys, a 50% chance that you're going to do plus 20% damage. That's really strong. That's very potent, and this is what the build is focused around. It works very well. You get massive damage increases. I go from like 105k damage to about 130, 140k. So it's very strong. And Allegro is the obvious one to go next to it, so you can spam your shooting. So now we do know that we need crits, so that just tells you we need to try and max out our crit chance for this build, seeing as it revolves around the crit chance, critical hits. So what we need to do is we need to wear various pieces that can maximize our crit chance. As you can see, we've got 12 firearms, 3 stamina, and 3 electronics utility. So it's mainly focused around crit chance, as you can see already. We've got a decent amount of armor, guys, so it's not as squishy as you might think. That's just decent rolls that I have and gear mods that I've put on. So right here, you're gonna need to do this, guys. All right. So don't worry about damage to elites. You will not need that. Now, this is another thing, is that if you can max out your crit chance and still have a chance to put damage to elites, that's better, that's perfect. Like I say in all my build videos, I'm not showing you guys a min-maxed build. I have an LMG build that has 380k armor. Okay, guys, I can show you min-max builds if you want, but I want to show you guys utility and give you ideas. So I put crit chance because the whole point of this build is to try and max out your crit chance for the boomerang talent. So make sure that you have a crit chance rolled, and hazard protection is nice for the raids. It's just very strong for the gas section. So destructive is a very important talent for this mask. You just need this 20%. Once you have the 20%, you get massive increase in damage. This will allow you to get up to 3 million DPS with this build. That just that alone is a massive jump because of the ruthless uh, sidearm, the holster talent brutality. So the next piece is going to be this. This is an overall. This is just for the rifle damage. If you could use something else, if you can just use something that maybe uses more crit chance. Now, what I would have done now, but for the benefit of you guys, I just want to show you that you should try and get this one maxed. I've only got 6.5% crit chance on this. I would probably use a different piece that has maybe more armor and a bigger crit chance. But I just want to show you that this is ideally what you would want, and maybe definitely get a bigger roll. 10.5 headshot damage is not bad, plus 5.5. It's not a bad piece. We've got hard hitting as well. And we've got all the best mods you guys can get. Just pop them on there. Defensive mods on this one, which is nice. It just gives us a little bit more tankiness. And then this is where it starts to get interesting, and what you need to have is the Wyvern. You need the three-piece Wyvern to get that 10% crit chance. I was lucky enough to get Surgical. Surgical is very good talent, 5% crit chance, and then I've also got 11.5. I could go and min-max this now, but I'm saving my credits for other builds to min-max for my own personal reasons. So I'm just going to show you guys the ideas, like I said. So get as much crit chance as you can. The backpack as well. We're going to have that 2.5% crit chance, which is low. I could max the crit chance out. I don't think I'm at 60%, but you can see how easy it is with this build because you can spec into firearms, not need to have anything else really. So we've got weapon damage as well. Damage to elites again, because we want to get a chunk of damage to elites to make up for the mask. Now, damage to elites is not the most important thing. I run into a lot of purple enemies. Most of the time I run into purple enemies, so I'm not going to be focusing on that, but you guys can definitely put it in the mask if you can max out your crit chance, if you would like to min-max this build. So then again, total armor, I love Gila God, favorite set. Surgical on there, crit chance on there, could be higher. I could probably go roll that higher. So just make sure you pop that on. And then you get that armor percentage, which gives you that little bit extra armor. This is also very important. We're going to be 7% crit chance is not bad. Braced is very important for this build because you get a lot of weapon handling. You can really laser with this gun because of this talent. It's actually more than the ongoing directive, which is 20%. So it's very, very potent. A lot of people actually run two-piece ongoing directive when it's not actually needed. If you can just proc this talent, which you're going to be using because you're going to be in cover a lot of the time, it's very, very strong. Just on all the gear, just put all your best mods that you can get. I'm running Pulse for this build because I like to have a Pulse, but I wouldn't recommend using Pulse if you guys aren't really comfortable with it. I normally use Pulse nowadays. It's a very strong skill for me. The cooldown is not it's not too great, but you can work on that. Use whatever skills you guys want. That's up to you. Chem launcher, obviously, everyone uses chem launcher, so the healing chem launcher. Like I said, this is just an idea. You guys can go and tweak it and change it to whatever you want. Let's have a look at my stats quickly. So everything's active here, what we want. It's looking pretty good. That boomerang, beautiful talent there. So we've got, okay, that's not good. Hold on. Just make sure, by the way, guys, make sure you're holding the right gun, otherwise you get the wrong stats. See, I don't know why it does that. They need to kind of fix that. It's a bit of a pain. So just swap, make sure you're the right gun you're holding, because I always do that. Okay, 40k weapon damage. That's pretty decent. 58.5% crit chance, which is in my eyes almost perfect, because if you hit 60, sometimes you might be overdoing it. So this just lets me know that I'm right there. So I'm very happy with that. 58% crit damage. Crit damage is also important. If you guys can roll that as well, like I said, if you hit the cap, try focus on crit damage and damage to elites. Those are the two next best things for this build. 105% headshot damage, that's beautiful. Reload speed is nice. Stability is perfect because rifles actually use stability and accuracy, so that's pretty good. So all weapons damage bonus, that's 11.5. That's not bad at all. 25% rifle damage there. 20% damage to elites is low, but like I said, I don't really fight elites unless I'm doing the raid. If you're doing the raid, roll on your mask. And then we got 225k armor, not bad at all. Health is okay. So yeah, 58% crit chance is pretty great. I could make it 60 now if I wanted to, but it's just to show you guys, give you guys an idea. I hope you guys do try this build out. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you tweaked yours, maybe send me some screenshots. But yeah, so that's the Boomerang rifle max crit build, and it's very potent. And I hope to see this build being used more by more people. I feel like it's very strong. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Please leave a like, subscribe to make sure you stay in the loop for all my videos. I do vendor resets every Saturday. I make build videos all the time. I do my best. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, boys.